With the new Fanatics jerseys being released, I wanted to go ahead and compare the top two tiers. So we'll be taking a look at the Fanatic Premium jerseys versus the Fanatic Authentic Pros. So the premiums are your $200 Canadian, 180 US, made in Indonesia jerseys, and your Authentic Pros are the $500 Canadian, 425 US, made in Canada jerseys. So in this video, we'll be going over the differences in between these two jerseys. I'll let you know my thoughts on whether or not it is worth that $200 price increase, and whether you should go with that Authentic Pro jersey or just stick with a premium jersey. Before we do get into it though, if you guys are new to the channel and you like hockey jersey content, please make sure to hit subscribe. Alright, let's get on to the video. Alright, so the Fanatics Premium jersey is the Flames home, and the Fanatics Authentic Pro jersey is the Leafs home. Let's take a look at the logos first. Obviously, different logos, but they're made from the same building blocks. It has the 3D embroidery on the Flames with these little kind of aspects of the Flames there, and then with the Leafs one, it is the stem as well as the text itself. So, you know, different logos, but same basic materials to it, same way that you would make them. Now moving on to the NHL shields, these are actually a little bit different, and it was very interesting to me to find that out. So with the Fanatics Premium, you can see it's actually raised a little bit higher than it is on this Authentic Pro. I'm not sure how well I can actually show you guys on camera. Maybe I'll take a couple of pictures of it as well, but this one is raised a little bit higher, and I noticed that I can actually notice the reflection of the light a little bit better on this Authentic Pro than I can on the Premium. You know, it's not easy to tell on camera, like I said, it's a little bit difficult, but yeah, the Premium logo is raised a little bit higher than it is on this Authentic Pro. Thought that was very interesting. And one thing that I'm noticing now that I think some people are probably going to point out, because it is Fanatics, is that like the NHL shield isn't like fully down flat right there and at the corners. That happens on the Adidas jerseys as well. That's not a Fanatics thing. I have a feeling some people might point that out. It happened on the Adidas jerseys also. Now let's take a look at inside the back of the collar. So Premium obviously just has the Premium in the band, where the Authentic Pro has the Authentic Pro in the band. And then of course we can take a look at the graphics. Those are pretty different, where with the size on the Premium, it does specify for different regions. So USA size 46, I think that's Europe, and then Canada, but they're all size 46. On the Authentic Pro, it just says size 50, doesn't, you know, say anything else. But then right below that, obviously this one, the Premium jerseys are made in Indonesia, where the Authentic Pros are indeed made in Canada. Now the shoulders on these jerseys are made the same way. You know, it's not like one jersey has dimples where the other doesn't. It's all the exact same material as it is with the rest of the jersey. You know, on this one compared to this one, it's basically, you know, just the same jersey material. Nothing too crazy going on with the shoulders on these Fanatics jerseys. And speaking of material, that is where there is a massive difference. Now, it's kind of hard to show on camera, but I'm going to do my best here. Either way, the Authentic Pro, so the Leafs jersey, is way thicker than the Premium jersey, like by a long shot. Just feeling the two, they don't feel like the same material whatsoever. It is a lot thicker on the Authentic Pro. It feels like it will last a lot longer than the Premium jersey will. And of course, with the Fanatics Authentic Pro jersey as well, it does have the reinforced elbows, so you can see the stitching right there, and then it goes all the way down to the cuff, and you can see the extra reinforcement just right there. That does not happen with these Premium jerseys. There's no reinforced elbows, there's no reinforced cuffs. It's all just, you know, one plain material, because these are made for fans, whereas the Authentic Pro is supposed to be worn in game. Moving down to the fight straps though, we can see there is actually a pretty big difference with these as well. It does have the double reinforcement on the Authentic Pro, where on the Premium jersey here, it's just kind of the one layer, and they feel a lot nicer, I would say, with the Authentic Pro as well. So yeah, with these Premium jerseys, honestly, they really don't need the fight strap in my opinion. It kind of is just there to make it feel like it's a lot closer to the on-ice jersey than it is. So the Premium jerseys, the fight strap is just a little bit more for show, where it does actually serve a use on the Authentic Pro. And I guess I can show you that both logos are stitched on the jersey, so that's all good. And then lastly, on the back of the jersey, it just has the Fanatics logo, which are made the same. Now, in terms of sizing, a couple of things. One, I didn't get the exact measurements of these jerseys. And two, obviously they are different sizes. The Premium jersey is a 46, the Authentic Pro is the 50. So I just laid the Premium jersey on top of the Authentic Pro, and this is what it looked like. So you can really tell, at least with this image here, just how different the jerseys are actually shaped, where with that Premium jersey, it still has that bell cut like the Indo Adidas jerseys did, where it's, you know, a little bit tighter up top and it flares out at the bottom. I never liked that with the Adidas jerseys. I'm not a fan of the fact that Fanatics has brought that over with these Premium jerseys too. I just really dislike that fit of those jerseys. Whereas with the Authentic Pro jersey, it's almost almost the same length as that size 46 premium jersey, but it is a lot bigger in terms of like the body as well as the arms. The sleeves are a little bit longer, I will say that, but it's really just a bigger jersey because it is made for that equipment to go underneath it. So the Authentic Pros are just a lot wider of a jersey with the arms and the body of it, and I do like the fit of the Authentic Pros a lot more than the premium jerseys. I feel like they just fit like a hockey jersey. You know, with the premiums, they are a little bit more tailored for a fan-made fit, and I just never really liked that bell cut shape, that, you know, almost dress shape is kind of how it looks like to me because it's so tight up top and then it flares out at the bottom. So yeah, I do like the fit a lot more with the Authentic Pros comparing it to the premiums. Although I do think a lot of people are going to have a hard time telling the differences in between these two jerseys, at least at first glance. With the Adidas jerseys, it was really easy because the Indo jerseys, you know, they had the dimples, but they were really shallow and, you know, you couldn't really see them all too well in some lighting. However, with the Made in Canadas, they were very visible, they were very deep. It was obvious when a jersey was a Made in Canada. So those two, you know, it was not a difficult thing. However, with these ones here, with those dimples no longer being on the shoulders, I do think it is going to be a lot harder to tell the differences in between the two, at least straight away. So let's go back and answer the questions that I asked at the start of the video. Is it worth that extra $200 to get the Authentic Pro jersey? Well, let's say that I understand the price difference because A, the labor costs in Canada are a lot higher than they are in Indonesia. You know, that just makes sense. And on top of that as well, it is a lot higher quality of a material on the Authentic Pro compared to the premium. It's not easy to show on camera, but you can really tell the difference in person. It is not close to the same material. It's way more thick. It's way higher quality. And on top of that as well, of course, you have the extra reinforcement with the sleeves and the elbows, and then the fight strap. You know, those are kind of minor things, but they still add up. And I think a lot of people will hear that and say, well, if those are the only changes, that's not worth the extra $200. And that's very fair. I understand that opinion. I do personally think that the extra $200 is worth it for some people, but not majority of fans. I think for like 95% of people, they should just stick with the premium jerseys. They should not buy the Authentic Pros because for most fans, they just want to get the jersey of their team, or maybe even if they are a jersey collector, kind of like myself, they just want to get the style and they don't really care about getting the highest quality. And that's what I'll be doing as well. Most of the jerseys that I'll be getting in a Fanatics are going to be those premium jerseys because I just can't afford $500 for every single jersey that I want. That is way too much. And also with those Fanatic Authentic Pros, they are pretty much just the home jerseys for this first season. I do hope they change that in the future and they start, you know, making Authentic Pros for every single jersey. That would be awesome. But for right now, it's basically just the home jerseys. There are a few exceptions. Realistically though, I do think most fans are going to stick with those premium jerseys, and that makes sense. You know, they are pretty good jerseys. You know, if you like the Adidas jerseys, you're going to like those jerseys as well. It's not like they have vinyl logos or vinyl customization. And by the way, speaking of customization, I've had a few people ask me about it. Obviously, both of the jerseys that I bought aren't customized, but from what I've seen online, if you get a factory customized jersey from like the NHL shop, it's the big name player, that should have the later twill as well as it being stitched on, so the exact same as the Adidas Prime Green jerseys. That's at least with the premium jerseys. As for the Authentic Pros, I haven't seen too many places offer customization for those jerseys, and that's probably for the best because with factory customization, it is better than it used to be, like by quite a bit, but it's still not what the on-ice jerseys look like. You know, usually they use a different material for the name bar, and on top of that as well, with factory customization, it's just stack 12. That's all they do. They don't do any reverse kiss cut or, you know, stacked reverse kiss cut. So I feel like if you do get a Made in Canada, you know, Authentic Pro jersey, you probably want the on-ice customization to go with that as well. So I would recommend just getting a blank Authentic Pro jersey if they end up offering, you know, customized Authentic Pro jerseys from the NHL shop. I would just get the blank one and then send it to your official team customizer, because that way it will be the on-ice customization and it'll look a lot better than just that factory one. Going back to what jersey you should get though, yeah, like I said, most fans should probably just go with the premium jerseys. Even though I love the Authentic Pros, I think they look great, they feel amazing, they are very high quality, the material is awesome, but I just don't know if a lot of fans are going to see that difference and think that it is worth the extra money. I feel like they are going to assume that they wasted their money and they're not going to be able to tell the difference enough in between the two jerseys. But I do encourage you guys to try and find one of these in person and try it on yourself, because I do think once you see it in person and feel the material difference, maybe they'll sway you to the other side. It is going to be a little bit difficult to find one of these in person though. Like, it's not going to be available at your like Dick's Sporting Goods or Lids store right away at least. So you most likely will have to go to the team store to find one of these in person, and even at that, I'm not sure if they'll have them in stock yet, because a lot of the places that I've seen are delaying these until November, so you might have to wait until November to actually find one at those team stores. But of course, those are just my thoughts. I would love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think it is worth that price difference? Are you just going to stick with the premium jerseys, or are you going to go with the Authentic Pros? I would love to hear it down below. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on all my social medias, and I'll see you guys next time.